It's October 23rd, 2024, and we are interviewing Lydia. You want to introduce yourself, full name, age, where you're based out of, what instruments you play?
Yeah, my full name, my name is Lydia Hamilton. I recently just turned 21. I'm based in Philly right now, but I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah.
Cool. And what instruments do you play?
My main instrument is guitar. For my solo stuff, it's mainly acoustic. Mm-hmm. My roots are in more like folk style guitar, but again, obviously, I'm in multiple bands. I play electric as well, and I've recently started playing bass with Miriam, mm-hmm. who I love. Yeah, those are the main ones.
Cool. You want to list real quick just which bands you're in?
Sure. I'm in Ledge. I play rhythm guitar for Ledge. In Miriam, I play bass. And then those are like my main two.
Cool. So then, I guess, what genre or type of music would you say you play for your solo stuff, and then I guess also the other bands?
Yeah.
Ledge, we always struggle to define it, but Ledge is more like a hardish grunge with some like post-hardcore influences. Miriam is pretty grungy, more like with some more like pop alt rock influences, I would say. And then for my solo stuff, right now, currently, I guess you could just describe it as like a singer-songwriter type style. Mm-hmm. However, I'm working towards fleshing out the songs to start possibly recording them in full band arrangements so I can fill out the sound. But yeah, I would say sort of singer-songwriter vibes with there's some folk influences in there. Yeah, I guess it's hard to pin that down, but yeah, that's what I would say for now.
Cool. How long have you been playing music?
I've been playing guitar since I was about 7 or 8. And then as far as writing and performing, I started performing when I was around like 10. Took a long hiatus. From like 10 to 12, I performed, took a long hiatus, and then I started again in high school around like 16, 17. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've always been surrounded by music. My dad taught me how to play guitar, so like I've just grown up around it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So then, I guess, when and why did you start writing solo music?
Well, originally, I was a small blonde child who was gifted a Taylor Swift CD, so you can kind of connect the dots. Yeah, I first started writing songs when I was like, I don't know, like 9 or 10, when I started playing, because that was one of the catalysts for me to actually take it seriously. Mm-hmm. But they just started out as like a journal, and then when I got to high school, like I actually started putting more thought into it as like an art form for people to hear rather than just my like inner musings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, just like when and why you started writing. I think you kind of got it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I started writing from an early age, but yeah, I started taking it more seriously in high school.
Awesome.
Cool. So do I recall correctly that you're at Drexel?
Yeah, I'm at Drexel. I'm a third year. Funnily enough, I am a psych pre-med.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Good luck.
Then beyond what you're going to school for, then outside of music, do you have like any part-time job or other kinds of art that you do, hobbies, stuff like that?
Occasionally I have modeled for some of my friends that are in fashion. I recently acted in a short film for one of my friends' senior projects.
Cool.
I was the lead actress for that. It's called Lavender Afternoon, if you want to check it out. It's really cool. And, my actual job, I work part-time as a clinical research assistant at Penn Presby in the neurosurgery department. Cool. So that's where I was today from 9 to 3.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
So we have some coffee house specific questions. Do you have any pets?
Pets. I do. I have one dog. His name is Alvy.
Nice.
Good.
Yes.
What breed of dog, out of curiosity?
He is a mini red golden doodle.
Wow.
And he's a bit of an asshole.
I feel like probably most mini golden doodles are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have come to find out we should have found that out before we got him, but, we didn't know.
The damage is done.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What are your comforts in life?
My comforts? That's a good one. Let me think for a second. A really good giant-sized grandpa sweater.
Good.
I just thought, because I have one that I specifically wear all the time in the winter, and it does become a comfort sweater that I don't take off.
There it is. Yep.
Comforts. Sappy, but my friends.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And let's think of one more. Comforts.
Sushi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the follow-up, do you have any discomforts?
Oh, too many to count. Let's see. These are good questions. I wasn't expecting these. Discomfort. Being sweaty / the humidity. That is my least favorite state of being, is when it's hot outside.
That's a DMV answer right there.
Yep. Other discomforts. Honestly, that's just a super big one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking physical discomforts.
That's solid. I share that discomfort.
Yeah.
Terrible. Especially, and I can't imagine living farther south than here. It'd be awful.
Yeah, especially when it comes back, when you think you're okay. The last 2 weeks, the 60-degree weather and the 80 degrees creeps back up on you.
It's terrible.
Oh, I just found another discomfort. I just remembered. Gross, creepy crawlies.
What did you discover just now?
Well, I just thought of that. We're in this.
I was scared that this was
a
you know what I just saw. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
For some reason, a millipede just flashed into my mind, and I was like, yeah, no.
Fair.
Crawled through your mind. Yeah.
Cool. So then, who are your musical influences, especially for your solo stuff, but generally as well?
Okay. In general, this is crazy left field, not solo stuff, but I guess it might come through in Ledge a little bit. One of my favorite bands is At the Drive-In, post-hardcore.
Nice.
They're great. My all-time favorite band is Paramore. Anything Hayley Williams touches, I believe, is musical gold. Joni Mitchell when I was starting to get into messing around with tunings, and her writing, of course. Bright Eyes, Connor Oberst, love Bright Eyes. Death Cab for Cutie, Ben Gibbard. And then big inspiration. Her music got me back into writing my solo stuff, and really sort of trying to like make it better as an art form is Julian Baker.
Nice.
Especially her earlier records. And especially through quarantine, that was sort of like my on-loop sort of musical inspiration. Quite literally inspired me to get a looper.
Nice.
For pedal that is now collecting dust next to my amp. But yeah, I would say those are some big ones.
Awesome.
Cool. Then for your solo stuff especially, but in general, what does your writing process look like?
I would say it's honestly pretty similar. I was kind of taught, I guess you could say unconventionally. I'm not, your music theory buff. I'm not thinking of a 1-4-5. I'm not, so I usually just, a lot of the times it starts as lyrics. Like, it'll be more of like a poem that I'll set music to. Because I find that the lyrics are what drive me, and it won't even be a concept really, it'll just be like a phrase that I think is really cool, or even like a word, and then I'll build it off of that, or like I said, like I'll find a tuning that I like, and I'll mess around with it, and I'll find something that I want to fit an old lyric idea, or I have a new lyric idea. But that's sort of how it works. And a lot of the times I'll have bits and pieces of the song stuck in my notes app for like months. And then I'll, revisit, piece back, that kind of thing.
How do you approach writing your lyrics then?
I would say it started off, oh my God, wait, I forgot a huge musical inspiration, Dolly Parton. Because this is kind of feeds into my lyricism, especially her earlier records, way early. Those are my favorites because of the storytelling. I started out, writing anecdotally about my life, because obviously that's all you know. But now I try to challenge myself by thinking of like more fictional or imaginative stories. I really like wordplay. I like trying to make my lyrics clever, which is hard because then sometimes I get a little pretentious with it, and then it sounds not catchy, and then I have to scale back and remember that it's supposed to be a song. But yeah, I like to usually, even if it is some imaginative thing, it usually starts off with some experience that I had or something that I've been like ruminating on that I need to sort of get out on paper somehow.
Awesome. Are there any themes that you find yourself coming back to in your writing?
There's a couple. I've been incorporating, I don't know if these would be themes, but I have a lot of motifs or metaphors that I gravitate toward. Obviously, medicine is a big part of my life, so I tend to use medical terminology or little science metaphors for situations. Obviously, relationships and the failure of relationships is a theme, but also another one, I guess, in the song that I'll be playing is sort of, I don't know if I would say maybe like remorse or sort of, I don't want to say guilt, but when you're the bad guy in a situation, and also I've been trying to write more happy songs, so friendship too.
Cool. What is your recording process like for solo stuff?
That is a really good question, considering I haven't really forayed into that. I've been pretty busy in college with the band, so this year, and the coffee house is part of it, I do want to start focusing on my solo stuff. I've done a few demos here and there, but figuring out my recording process is something that I really want to delve into this year. Allie Witt, the producer for Ledge, I'm really hoping we can work together for this, because I think she would have a really cool vision, and I think she really would understand where I want to go with it. But yeah, I want to experiment, try everything, sort of just like trial and error, just be fun in the studio until I, figure out what I actually want to do.
Awesome.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So, I guess, what are you working on now, solo-wise, with other bands, musically?
Solo-wise, I have a good chunk of songs that, in the distant future, I don't want to set anything in stone, because obviously with my my school and my other stuff, I'm pretty busy, but I'm hoping to start working on either just a single or maybe even a whole EP. And obviously still writing, but Ledge, we're in a major writing phase right now. We're trying to sort of bulk up our catalog a little bit, with the new single in the mix. And Miriam, I think Maddie just put out an EP in the summer called Static, and I think we're going to start playing more shows for that. We have a show actually coming up on the 15th of November.
Cool.
And then I also, I forgot to mention, I do play with Henry Sullivan, his solo project, and we're in the middle of writing for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I've got a few things on the horizon.
Sounds like you got a lot going on. Awesome.
All right. Then our final main interview question is, why are you a musician?
Whew, that's a good question. I've always loved music. It's always been a huge fixture in my life. I grew up with a music-obsessed dad. And I was also a very young, dramatic child who loved to sing any chance she got. So I think mainly why I chose to be a musician is I really love to sing. I really love to write. And so I guess I decided that playing guitar and writing was a vessel for me to do that. And then now I'm a musician because I really just love playing music with my friends. And yeah, and it's a nice break from everything else.
Awesome.
Cool, yeah.
So that's, I think, the end of our formal questions. Just, is there anything else we should be asking you? Anything you definitely want to have on the record?
I don't think so. I think that just about covers it.
Awesome.
In that case, the last thing for the recorded interview is, where can people find you online?
People can find me online at my Instagram, which is Lydia Hamilton 13. Ledge's Spotify, which is Ledge in all caps. Ledge's Instagram, which is ledge.phl. I think that's it. Those are my main
Awesome.
things.